Yeah, first, congratulations to that.
Thank you.
Car. It looks really, really stunning. My first question would be, like, why is it just petrol? I mean, when we look around, there are so many electric cars now.
Exactly.
Why? I mean, I think it's great.
So this is the spiritual descendant to the Agera RS. We have a hybrid, 800-volt hybrid on the other side of the stand, which is our pride and joy, the Regera.
Okay.
We have no gears, it's electrified, 800-volt system, extreme torque everywhere, responsiveness like a pure electric car, but with a roar and much lighter. But we felt this was our last chance to do a combustion-only car, as light, as raw, as visceral as possible, and we took that chance, and it's the last one for us. So in the future will only be hybrids or pure electric cars. But there's so many people who still enjoy the kind of lightness, rawness, the sound. So we put in the world's lightest 180-degree crank, a super tiny flywheel, a new 9-speed gearbox, a turbo response system, just to make it the most fun combustion engine car you can imagine, like a monster, almost normally aspirated engine, but with super responsive turbos.
Okay, amazing. So, but after that there will be hybrids and maybe pure
eventually,
electric?
When we can see that a pure electric car can beat our hybrids, meaning our extreme engines and extreme battery technology, when we can see a battery car only become lighter, have similar range and similar performance, and not being heavier, then we will consider it, because still you lose the sound, which is nice in a sports car, I think. But when battery technology has come so far that there is no excuse anymore, then we will probably also do fully electric cars.
Okay, so like
I would say 7-8 years maybe.
Oh, okay, that's still
my guess. The battery technology is getting better and better and better, but still it is heavy and clumsy.
So that will be then hard cell batteries when they are coming out, like,
for example, yeah, okay. Hopefully, yeah.
Okay.
And graphene, solid state, this kind of thing. It should be a game changer, yeah.
Okay. You will try to beat the 300 miles per hour.
Well, kind of. I would put it like this. A version of this car, this is the high downforce package. Mm-hmm. We're making a low drag, high speed stability package. This has 880 kilos of downforce. That low drag one still has 300-400 kilos of downforce. But when we simulate that with the gear ratios we have, the 9-speed and the power, everything indicates like 310 miles per hour. So we call it the Ambition 300. We don't want to promise it does 300. We can only see that when we actually try. But it's like an ambition and a likelihood of 300.
But will you test it? Is there a plan?
It's all about finding a road long enough with a owner or ourselves and a driver and the good weather. It took us a long time last time to do it, many years before everything came together. We don't know how long it will take this time, but potentially we will have a go.
Okay. The one in Texas, is it not straight enough or not long enough?
No, not for ultimate speed. Maybe it's long enough potentially to do 300, but for sure it's not long enough to see how fast the car is.
Okay, the max.
Yeah, I think it's slightly too short for 300, and it will never be the top speed of the car.
Okay, and when you're on a racetrack, the tires are very important, of course.
Yes.
But I still remember, I think it was maybe from a German TV show where they were driving a Bugatti, and they said, okay, when we drive like 12 more minutes, the tires will burst. And the other guy said, okay, that's fine, because like in 8 minutes we don't have fuel anymore.
Right.
How do you achieve those speeds with the tires today? Did it improve so much over time?
Yeah, so it's very much about the car. So weight is detrimental to tire fatigue at high speed. Our cars are fairly light, and we control the downforce by angling the car and reducing the wing angles. So we are like a low-flying aeroplane. If we have too much downforce, we press the car to the ground and we lose top speed and we overheat the tires. If we have too little, we take off. So we're balancing the car like a low-flying aeroplane, 80 millimeters off the ground.
Okay.
Which is a challenge, which we had to do with the Agera RS. But we had Michelin present during our testing, and of course we pre-tested in testing machines and so on. but they were shocked when they saw our tires after a few runs. They said, they look brand new.
Okay.
And we looked at it. We even could see the flash casting mark across the thread. It was still there. It looked like no one had used them.
Because the pressure wasn't like.
And
perfect.
we have very long wishbones, so even if the road was a little bit bumpy at that speed, we could see the wheels moving up and down. They don't move in and out so much because we have long wishbones and certain wheel geometries and so on. So we don't heat up the tires. So Michelin told us you can go all day long. There is no problem. At first they thought you probably have to change the tire after each run. And then they looked after 3 rounds. Just drive as long as you want. It doesn't matter. So I think it has to do with weight, wheel geometry, downforce, these kind of things.
Okay. Is it the wing dynamically adjustable?
Yes. Yes. I can push the brake so you can see it. Normally, when you're standing still, it doesn't move. But for the show, we made it moving. Yes. So you can see how it works.
Oh. How much is developed by Koenigsegg? Like
pretty much everything you see. So we even make the wheels in-house, the brake calipers, the engine, the suspension, all the carbon fiber, upholstery, painting. Sometimes we also have a supplier for painting, but we also paint in-house, cable wiring harnesses, the circuit boards, the software,
and that's
the instrument.
all done in Sweden.
Everything is done in Sweden, yeah. I mean, we have some carbon fiber suppliers from other places as well, and we have actually our own carbon fiber manufacturing also in Barcelona.
Okay.
So that is within the Koenigsegg group, but most of it is done in Sweden, yes.
Crazy, and all the development that's really purely done by your company.
Very, very much. When you say all, of course, I mean there are some subsystems that are not our own, but 95%.
And how much?
Even the gearboxes, transmissions, engine.
That's really what I think is amazing about this car. That like a small car manufacturer, of course, you have a long history by now, but like that you are able to build on top of that. And
we are a certified lamp manufacturer. We make our own lamps.
Really?
Yeah, these lamps.
They are really tiny. I mean, they look really good and really clean, but they look tiny as if they can't even have such a big beam. But
they have a really big beam. They're like reflector lamps. Really
okay.
Big.
Is your business purely on the supercar, hypercar side, or do you also? How many of your things do you sell?
Right. So we're getting more and more inquiries for our technology, for our electronic platform, for our management systems, engines, and this and that. So we're kind of starting to get into that. We've said no to a few inquiries from some large OEMs because we were not ready as a company to become a supplier to others. We were fully busy just with ourselves. But now we're kind of building that department so we can also sell our technology. So to make more use of it than just for 20-30 cars a year, when it's easy to replicate like circuit boards and software and these kind of things, it doesn't make sense to not sell them. Yeah. And there is an interest, but we as a company has needed to form to be able to handle other customers like that. Okay,
but still from the beginning, it was purely hypercar, like
only hypercar.
Do you know every part of the car?
Almost. Almost.
That's really amazing.
Like 2 models ago, I knew absolutely every nut and bolt. But now we're developing more models in parallel, and the team is bigger. So I don't personally have insight in every nut and bolt, but almost.
Amazing, really amazing. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Enjoy the show.
Thank you.